Throughout history, across cultures, myths, and sacred traditions, the idea of the chosen one has captured the human imagination. From ancient scriptures to modern storytelling, this archetype points to something profound about the human journey, that certain individuals are called to carry a heavier burden, a higher responsibility, and a more luminous light into the world. To be chosen is not merely about glory or triumph. It is also about walking through fire, facing storms, and enduring suffering that would crush ordinary souls. And yet, it is through this crucible of pain and transformation that the chosen one discovers the fullness of their power and purpose. When we talk about being chosen by God, it is not random, nor is it favoritism. It is not as though the heavens roll dice and select someone by chance. Rather, it is more like being handpicked for a sacred mission, a role woven into the fabric of destiny itself. To be chosen is to be entrusted. It is an honor, yes, but one laced with weight, responsibility, and often a degree of isolation. As the proverb reminds us, to whom much is given, much is required. Those who are chosen often possess extraordinary gifts of perception and sensitivity. They see the world differently, they feel its joys and sorrows more deeply, and they have an uncanny ability to step into the suffering of others. This heightened awareness sets them apart, and while it is a blessing, can also feel like a curse. Imagine being a radio tuned to frequencies that others cannot hear, songs, cries, whispers of truth. This makes you unique, but it also means your life will rarely be ordinary. Because of this uniqueness, chosen ones often feel like strangers in their own communities. They may sense that they do not fully belong, that they walk to the rhythm of a different drum. Some call this alienation. Mystics call it consecration, being set apart for a purpose larger than the self. And while this makes them stand out as beacons, it also becomes the source of deep struggle. Society does not easily embrace those who challenge the status quo or carry truths too heavy for common conversation. Consider this: a family is like a great building, and at its center is a pillar that holds everything together. If that pillar weakens, the entire structure is at risk. In many families, the chosen one is that pillar. They may be the sibling who bears the pain of generational trauma, the one who steps into leadership during crisis, or the one who decides to break cycles of addiction, poverty, or silence. It is not an easy role, for the weight of the structure presses most heavily on them. And yet, without their strength, the entire edifice might collapse. Chosen ones often experience dreams, visions, or powerful intuitions. Their inner life becomes a compass, guiding them toward truths that others might dismiss. But with this gift comes misunderstanding. They may be ridiculed, doubted, or even persecuted by the very people they seek to help. History is full of such figures. Prophets in every tradition were mocked by their own communities. Innovators and visionaries were often rejected before they were celebrated. Jesus himself, perhaps the greatest example of the chosen archetype, brought light to the world yet endured suffering beyond imagination. His crucifixion shows us a timeless truth. Those carrying the greatest light often pass through the deepest darkness. Why is suffering so tightly bound to being chosen? Because suffering is not meaningless. It is a refining fire. It strips away illusions, ego, and attachment, leaving behind the diamond of true character. In psychology, Carl Jung noted that there is no coming to consciousness without pain. Mystics across centuries have echoed the same. The soul awakens not through comfort, but through trial. Thus, when you, as a chosen one, face hardships, do not assume you are cursed. Rather, see them as signs that you are on the right path. Resistance arises not because you are failing, but because your light threatens the darkness. Imagine a thief. Would he waste his time breaking into an empty house? Of course not. He seeks the house that holds treasure. In the same way, The forces that oppose good do not bother with those who pose no threat. They focus their attack on those carrying potential to change the world. If you are feeling resistance, know this. It is because your life holds value, your gifts carry power, and your mission is vital, but here lies the paradox. The chosen one's victories are never for themselves alone. When you overcome hardship, your breakthrough ripples outward, touching countless others. Think of a person who lifts their family out of financial hardship. Their victory doesn't stop with them. It opens education, health, and opportunity for generations. Think of the child of immigrants who perseveres through struggle and becomes a doctor. Their success becomes the healing of thousands. When the chosen one triumphs, the community rises with them. Their light is never private. It shines outward like a lighthouse, guiding others safely to shore. This is why giving up is never an option for the chosen one. Your pain, though real, is not pointless. Your perseverance becomes the bridge others will cross. If you surrender, the future of many may remain locked. But if you stand firm, you unlock doors not only for yourself but for countless others. It is no exaggeration to say that your life could alter the trajectory of generations. And yet, being chosen is not about self-glorification. It is not a crown of ego. It is a call to service. Chosen ones are healers, teachers, protectors, innovators. Their role is not to bask in recognition, but to pour themselves into the healing of others. And strangely, often they receive the least appreciation from those they help most. But recognition is not the true reward. The real treasure is the fulfillment of knowing you carried out the mission assigned to your soul. To embrace this journey requires a shift in perspective. See your trials not as obstacles, but as invitations to grow stronger. See your pain not as punishment, but as preparation. In modern psychology, Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor, wrote that those who find meaning in their suffering are able to transcend it. This aligns perfectly with mystical teachings that insist suffering can be transmuted into wisdom and compassion. When you walk through fire and come out whole, you become a vessel of empathy for others. You can say, "I have walked this valley, and I know the way out." That is what makes the chosen one indispensable. Your inner strength is greater than you realize. If you have been entrusted with this role, it is because God, the universe, destiny, whatever name you give it, knows you have the fortitude to bear it. Chosen ones are not selected because life will be easy for them. They are chosen because they can withstand storms others cannot, and in doing so, they become shelters for those around them. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by the weight of your calling, remember, your suffering is evidence of your significance. Every tear, every struggle, every rejection is part of the larger story being written through you. This is not just about you. It is about your family, your community, and even generations yet unborn. Your perseverance could inspire them. Your victory could liberate them. Your story could awaken them. And when you finally break through, when your suffering gives way to triumph, that breakthrough will echo like a song across time. It will not be yours alone. It will be shared by all who are touched by your light. Like the breaking of dawn after a long night, your life will remind others that darkness never has the final word. Light always rises. So embrace your path. Accept your uniqueness. Stand firm as the pillar in your family, the guide in your community, the lighthouse in the storm. Do not fear the opposition. It is proof of your importance. Do not despise the suffering. It is the fire that forges you. And above all, never forget that being chosen is not about the burden alone. It is about the blessing hidden within it. If this message has touched your heart, share it, speak it. Let others know they too may be chosen and that their suffering is not in vain. And as you continue your journey, may you find strength in every step, light in every shadow, and peace in knowing that your life carries a purpose far greater than you could ever imagine.